So, hey guys, welcome back to another interesting podcast. Today we have a special guest, Khalid sir. So, Khalid sir from Malaysia. So, Khalid sir will tell you like how you can get job abroad, like universal. If you are a student, you are studying computer science, or if you are a professional working, you are doing job like your home country. So, if you want to do job in abroad, in IT company, in IT industry, then how you can do that? We will talk about it in this podcast. So this podcast will very special and very useful. So let's get started. So welcome Khalid sir, thank you so much for coming. Over to you sir.
Hello, hi Samir. Thank you very much. I'm really honored to be here. As we talked before, I'm willing to help you in anything. Yes, we're gonna discuss on how to get jobs abroad, or specifically get the job that you deserve. Okay. So a little bit about me. I'm gonna share my screen so you can see more about myself. Yeah? So by profession, I'm a software engineer. I've been a corporate trainer, content developer, and even author. I've published a few books. Also written a paper and all that, build my own apps and stuff like that. Currently, I will share what I am right now. So I'm a mobile lead at Post Malaysia, the biggest post for the Malaysia or national, right? Yeah. Previously, I've done a lot of things. This is my full portfolio. I'll share with you guys.
Yes, sir.
I have almost 2 decades of experience in IT. I started a very long time ago, many months ago, as a PC technician. Then I went for higher learning, got my degree. After that, I went deep dive into software engineering. Okay, so that's about me. I've done a lot of projects in Southeast Asia, starting with Google projects, mostly on training. Right, I was the first in the world to be certified under Google Academy. I did the online professional, cloud professional, and HTML5. And then I trained the trainers, the lecturers, give them certifications and all that. I've done a lot of projects also as a vendor in Maxis, other companies like as a vendor, AIA, Tokyo Marine, and stuff like that. So currently I'm in Post Malaysia as the mobile. Okay, that's about me.
Wow, sir, interesting, very interesting. So sir, suppose sir, I'm asking another question. So suppose sir, now I am a student and I want to do job in abroad. Like suppose sir, I'm in India. So I want to do job in abroad. Then what will be my first step?
Okay, good question. So the aim here, think of you. Okay, don't think about anything else. Think of you. One thing is build your portfolio. You want to be the high 1% or high 20%, you must stand out. And the only way to stand out, I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so how do you stand out? Let me share my screen again. There are tools that we can use right now that we most of the time we never had. And these tools allow you to be noticed. Okay. Back in the day, when you want to apply for a job, you had to have a piece of paper that you write yourself, and then you put a referral contact. If someone you was to go abroad, they will have to call and check them. These days, they don't do that anymore. They Google. They literally Google your name. So I suggest if you want to be known, put your name out there. Okay, so if someone wants to come right now and say, who's this guy? I don't know. If they want to just drop something like this, they will get literally everything about me, my LinkedIn, but these are social media. You are applying for a job. So things that they are going to look at, oh, wow, this guy has a website. Okay? They go and land there. Immediately they know, okay, this guy can code. Or at least he knows how to host. You see, you show yourself not by words, but by action. Okay?
Wow.
So You show yourself by actions. You can see, oh, this guy has a book, and if you click, it's a working link, not a broken link. It's really there. You understand? Another thing, you're applying for programming, right? If you're applying for programming, you must have a way where you have a code. Okay, a good example is GitLab. So if it's GitLab and then you're bragging that you know Java or you know Android, you know anything, someone can land here and check everything about you. Okay, they can come in a repository and just check the languages that you have. Say, oh, I want to see if he knows Java. Click on Java. Okay? You can see how many they come up. I want to see their resources or sources that they coded. Okay, you can see. So this is how you sell yourself. You have to put yourself out there.
Okay.
You need to do some part of investment, in a sense whereby when you want to apply for a job, these days is more like marketing. The highest bidder is the one who gets known or recognized. So how do you get that? First thing is your algorithms, okay? So if you are to come here, you are to search me, okay? Let me show you something else. Okay, the algorithm, if you are to go to Google, for instance, you search this name or you click images, you find everything there, right? But more importantly is where you put it. Like LinkedIn right now is one of the best way you can get known. Okay?
Yes.
And how they have a way of searching. Recruiter can just come and search a specific, say, title or a specific language, and then they get everything. And then that's not enough. You have to go deeper. How many experience you have, okay? How many items or projects you've done. Those things you need to fill up one by one. If you look at my case, I don't have them. I've removed all of them. But if I were to look for a job right now, this place would be full. The reason why I don't put it is because if you have to go to my messaging, you get all these people asking you, hey, you want a job? Hey, you want a job? Hey, you want a job? It's not conducive, okay?
Yes, sir.
So clear on that part, how to get yourself known. Another way is to build your rapport by having weekend projects. I'll give you an example. If you are a fresh grad or if you have 2 years experience and you are to tell me to join to a company that needs you to do specific tasks. I'll give you an example again. Experience does not come with time. It comes with exposure over time. You can have 10 years experience in a subject, but you've been sitting in the chair for 5 years doing that.
Right. It's right.
So if you are to compare the guy who has 10 years experience, he has only worked literally for 5 years, and then the fresh grad who has worked for 5 years. In the eyes of me or whoever knows how to look, they are the same, literally, in a sense, literally. It does not come with time, it comes with exposure over time. So how do you gonna get exposure? If you are to build an app right now, you need to learn about the front end, possibly the back end. Say we go to mobile development, okay? You need to do XML, you need to know Kotlin. It's not enough. You need to know the Android framework itself. You need to know database notification, okay? You need to know deep linking and everything else. Will it take you 2 years? And if you don't expose yourself to no, right? So given the requirements for the job are not enough to build your reputation. So how do you fix that? Is by having your weekly projects. Exploratory. You look for things that you don't know, you find out, okay? I have looked in hardware, software, okay? Even hacking hardware, because I had an IT, hardware background, okay? Networking and security, I learned myself, okay?
Wow.
So that's the whole point. And then on top of that, you go to your repo. So if I were to go for an interview right now, I don't have to write everything from scratch. I can simply pull something that I literally done. If they ask me, do for database, I don't have to go and I already have the code for database. Or do for online, API calls. No need, I got it. So that's how you prepare. The job itself won't help you. That's a fixed requirement. You need to look beyond that requirement. So how you do that? You invest your time. You can either spend 1 or 2 hours of your day or weekends to video. Okay.
Wow, sir, very useful answer. If someone will follow these steps, then definitely there is a lot of chances that that person can get hired.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and okay, sir. So let's move on to next question, sir. And suppose, sir, I got message from some like XYZ company for the interview. So how should I prepare for interview? Like where should I prepare for the interview? That is a very confusing. Now in internet there is a lot of materials. So it's a very confusing. So where we should learn for cracking interview?
Okay. I will be honest with you. Don't go to YouTube.
Okay.
Literally, you want to learn something, go to the source. The source. Do not go to third party person or individual. No, it doesn't. Why? Those people will make it easy for you to make it in a sense that you can understand, but that material could be outdated.
Right.
And if you are to follow those examples, you'll be left behind. One thing. Secondly, when you are to look most of the time on YouTube or in other training providers, those people are not software developers. And if they were, I'll be honest with you, software developers won't have time to sit and teach other people. This is someone who earns from teaching, and they might not have experience in development. You understand? So two things we're losing. One is the material being outdated. Two is the real life, real life exposure by someone who's have real experience. Okay. Wow. There are talkers and then there are doers. If you can get one who does both, then you're in good luck. Okay. So let me show you what I mean. I share my screen again.
Yes, sir.
These days, things are very easy, very nice, okay? I want to learn about, say, Google. We have developer.google.com, okay?
Okay.
You can learn anything here, right?
Developer profile.
Yeah. Mozilla also has that, developer. Mozilla. What is this? Mozilla org. You can learn anything there. Yeah?
Wow.
So Facebook also does the same thing, and guess what it's called? Developer.
Okay. Developer.facebook.
Facebook.com. Whatever you're looking for, most of the time the subdomain names will be developer. Okay.
Developer.xyzcompany.com.
Sorry.
Like we can say developer.xyzcompany.com.
Yeah. Most of the time, not all. Some might call it like docs. Some might call whatever. I give another example. Spring Boot. Yeah.
Spring Boot.
You can see I also have a lot of links that I've clicked before about Spring Boot. See, they have springboot.io. Inside here, they will have starting projects, tutorial, training. Okay. Whatever you want. You want to do mobile? Android is the same thing. Developer.android.com. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's clear now, right? It makes sense. Eh?
Yes, sir. Right.
So, but if you are to ask me if you want to learn mobile, you have to choose between languages. You can also have a shortcut hybrid like maybe Flutter.
Flutter or can be React Native.
Whatever. So what I'm trying to say is go to the source. Don't go to anyone else. Yeah.
Yes, sir. That is a very important thing. Yeah, I really like this answer. Sir, I totally agree with this answer. We should always go with the like we can say honor who created that things, not go to that person who learn and then you teach.
That's not bad. You can get a paid developer to teach you. So since another thing is when the audience who are coming here, they want to know how to get a job, right? Some of the jobs that you might get is like a trainer. You can train how to develop. You can do development and part-time training, or you could be doing both if your contracts allow you and stuff like that. So again, when you want to learn something, do research on the trainer. If I were to go and learn something from someone, I will request from that institution, please give me the profile of this individual or CV of this trainer, so I know his background, right? It's very important because people can sell you anything, you know, the wide up. And then when I get that contact, I usually Google them, search them. I do a background search, and then I know if they're legit or not. I can ask a few friends, then you can get to know. If not, then you get the answer that you need.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So can we move on to next question? Okay.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
sir, I got this question from many students before joining the IT company. So, should we learn DSA or not?
What is DSA?
Data structure and algorithm.
Oh. 100%. Okay. I will tell you some things that you're not told in school. Okay? With almost 20, 2 decades of experience. Okay. Software engineer is too broad. It's very broad. Don't think software engineer will be doing code only. No. When you are to go back in the days, okay, when you have programmers, they used to come and just program. These days, we rarely have programmers. We have developers. What's the difference? So now you have 3 things. Let me show you what I mean by 3 things. Right?
Yes, sir. Sure.
So you have developers, you have programmers, we have etc. Okay, whatever. We have a lot of things going on. Okay. Back in the day, we had programmers. Okay. First generation.
In 90s.
In
90s, sir.
Yeah, 80s, 90s, yes, correct. In 80s, 90s, yes. They're all programmers, okay? They will use C# or they use Pascal, they all these bash, whatever. Some of them, I don't know, because I wasn't even much on that. C++, for instance, that's a programming language. Yeah, Java started, right? Java is also a programming language, but you cannot do much with the programming language. You cannot. So what they do, they build systems, or they build what you call SDK, system development kit. They build a compilation of code that you can reuse. Okay. So now we come to the developer era. So if you are to do Java programming, that's core programming. You're not a Java developer. You are Java developer. The difference. You're not a programmer. You're a developer. Why are you a developer? Because you are using frameworks. Okay? These are things that are written by other people to help you. I showed an example just now about the Spring, right? For web.
Yes, sir.
Mobile, we have Android. Android is not a programming language. It's either Kotlin or Java language, and then compiled for you to use as a framework. With Apple devices, right? So you understand the concept now, right?
Yes, sir. I understand.
So we have programmers, now we have developers. So almost everyone we have in our generation who goes out is a developer. You are not going to write anything from scratch.
Yes, sir. Right.
Now, who are the software engineers then? These are people who, okay, technically, right? For you to be a software engineer, you must have a software degree. How about these guys? Do they need a degree? They could. They should.
They have to. Yeah.
They have to. It's one of the requirements. Okay. Then, what else is an important thing about these guys? Are involved in SDLC. SDLC stands for System Development Life Cycle. So when you are to do System Development Life Cycle, there is a planning, analysis, design, implementation, documentation, and finally support. So you could be a manager as a software engineer. You don't do coding, you're a software engineer. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
could
sir.
be a tester, QA, you're an engineer. You don't do coding. So that's the whole point. Software engineer is too
Oh,
broad.
okay.
You
Got
are
it,
involved
sir.
in the system development life cycle that has multiple phases, and sometimes we use agile. We keep on returning on the same phases, running,
Yeah.
okay? Or we call them iterations, right? Yeah. So if you were to ask most people right now, you will find they are either developers or they are software engineers. Okay,
Yes.
clear?
Clear, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for clearing this doubt.
Okay, no problem.
So, sir, let's move on to next question. Till now, sir, we knew like how we should prepare and like from where we should prepare. And sir, what suppose sir, I'm a fresher graduate and now I'm about to join a IT company. So, what salary I can expect, like
Okay.
overall average salary?
So you're asking multiple questions in one question. So I will start with the first one: how to prepare or when to prepare. Think of this. When you go, so we are dealing with university students, right? I gave an example of a working person whereby they are exposed based on the requirements. Okay, they need to go and learn on their own, either by, say, spending 2 hours a day, or on the weekend build. We call them what? Hobby apps.
Hobby. Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Build something. So if your project is asking about a database and you have looked at database, you learn other database frameworks on your own. Who's gonna gain? Okay? So now if you are dealing with fresh graduate, it's the same concept. When you go to school or you go to uni, you learn, could be college, it could be after college, wherever you are learning IT or development. When you come back, right? You understand
Practical.
why? Why? The question is why? Programming language is technically, you need what you call muscle memory. It's a technical skill.
Right.
For technical skill, you have to physically do something technically. Yeah. So we call it muscle memory. Muscle memory is where you try and do the syntax. The funny thing is when you are a beginner, you get lost is the syntax. And then after that syntax will be other things, the concepts, after the concept. But once you understand all this, any programming language will be almost similar to whatever you do.
Right.
So it's
Right.
very, okay. So again, hands-on. You learn in class, you go back home, you try. For me, when I was in uni, when I go for HTML classes, I go back, I build a small page for myself. I can show you what I did for my so you can understand.
Yes, sir. Sure.
This one, like this, I think is a good example. Build it under 3 hours. For fresh graduate, can they build a website within 3 hours?
No.
No, you can't. You cannot. So how do you cultivate yourself to do the impossible? It's possible. For senior, they can do even shorter than that. How do you cultivate yourself? It's by literally hands-on. So this is something that I did on my own before I even left uni. I built my own simple website. So about home, portfolio, resume, information about me, and then I put about me with a picture. Okay, and then a simple message. Okay. Back then I didn't know about SQL injection, but I learned, right? Yes. So this had a way you could technically pass message, and this message will be stored in the server. But it also had a flow whereby you could pass in SQL injection, and then I learned. Okay. It's only by doing is where you learn. So this is a simple PHP code, and then this was my database. I could query. Okay. I learned a bit about encryption, okay? And then how to do your folders to appear like this. Most of the time you'll find students or anyone else, they will have index.html. They don't need to know, no one needs to know your extensions, .jsp, .html, whatever. They don't need to know. You make it like this is more beautiful, right?
Right, sir.
Yeah. So this is all that I learned, I apply. And if I don't know, I research. So this is what I can tell the students to start right now. Don't wait till you graduate. It's too late. Start right now. Okay. When you do this, also go to GitHub and put it there as a portfolio. You're learning, you're applying the same things, the same skills that you're going to use for your work. So you build your career early on, you have more knowledge, you have more muscle memory. You will be at the highest 20%. Okay? This part is clear. Now the other question you asked.
I ask. No worries, sir. Really, I'm also enjoying your answer, sir. And sir, other question was like for professionals, like someone is professional, he or she wants to do job in abroad, then what they can do.
Okay, so most of the countries that you are gonna go, they have what you call immigration and immigration laws. Okay, not everywhere you go you'll be like, whoa. I'll give you simple 2 to 3 rules. Rule number 1, okay, look at the market. Why I say like that? Right now there are a lot of languages, right? A lot of languages. Right? If I were to look for PHP developer, it'd be very easy for me to get. Very easy. If I were to look for Java, maybe slightly a bit harder than PHP, but still considerable easy. If I were to look for Golang, you can scratch your head. You know, it's not that. Okay. Why? Because of the market. This market is not applicable in other countries. Other countries will be different. So if you want to learn something that is generally easy to get in another country, it's your loss.
Like,
you understand? That's one point. So learn the market. For instance, when I graduated or before I graduated, I did electrical electronic engineering. Okay. Before software engineer, I was doing electrical electronic engineering. But whoever graduated before me, they could not land a job. It wasn't easy. So I changed my degree from electrical electronic engineer to software engineer, and everyone was laughing at me, but they didn't understand my aim. I learned about the market. And immediately when I got off, I got internship in one of the best locations, like a Bank. It's a bank. Got internship for 6 months, and then after that I got job.
Wow.
Yeah. Because you understand there's a market niche and a need. And what did I look at? Back then, Java was very easy to find. Web programming was very easy to find. So most of the people or most of the students, when they graduate, they will do maybe web programming, front end, back end, web programming. No. I didn't do that. I was gonna go that side, but then I looked at the market, and the market was very, very, very tangible, or maybe say lucrative for cloud.
Right.
So because of this, I went to that direction. Cloud and mobile.
Right.
Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
So
yes.
You want to go to another country, before you jump there, you can go to Payscale or any other website. For this simple Google, find if it's easy to get a developer. How would you know if it's easy? They will have a listing for a specific job, and you see how long that listing stays online. You understand? Yeah. So that's another way. 1, know the market. Number 2, know about the taxes.
Oh, right.
Not everywhere you go is like I give an example. In Malaysia, they have immigration law. The immigration law for the visa type. So there are a few types of visas. Okay, the visa type must be professional visa, since you're gonna do software engineering, and your salary must start at 5,000 ringgit. Okay, 5,000 ringgit is like, I think, 100 plus lakh Indian.
Okay.
Let's look at it. I'm sharing, right? Let me share now. So ringgit to Indian rupee. Okay. If I were to put 5,000 here,
Yeah, it's about to 1 lakh. Yeah.
So another criteria is you must have experience. So remember, the first thing before you leave your country to look for a job abroad, right? Look at the country first, their policy, okay? Number one, I say look at the market. If you are to learn something that area they have plenty, you're gonna be struggling, okay? It's not be easy. And if you are to start as an intern or a fresh grad or whatever, it's possible, but again, you don't want to be stuck in there for 2 years and then your taxes are high. So number one is the market. Number two, the
Taxes.
tax. Okay. Number three, cost of living. You might think, wow, I'm gonna go US, I'm gonna get maybe 1 or 2 lakh or whatever, 3. That's very good. But what if their taxes are 30%?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You want to live, say you are living in a very posh location, because all the good offices are in a posh location. Apartments are not cheap. So where you're gonna live, you have to combine with other friends and live together. Or if the company provides accommodation, then that's good. So what I'm trying to say is all good. For me, I left my country. My original country is Kenya. I'm actually African and I speak three languages. Yeah.
Okay.
But before I jumped, I looked at the market. So if you want to jump somewhere, look at the market, look at the taxes, look at the cost of living. You will know if it's worth it or not. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, sir. Very, I can say very good answer. Yes. And sir, is there anything you want to share?
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. So as I explained, I have background in training, right? When I used to do training, I used to go let me show you. I get invited to universities, okay? When I go, I give talks. I think the last one was Utah University in Malaysia.
Wow.
This was a virtual train during the pandemic, okay? I had like 60 attendees from University of, they call TAUC. The questions are the same. Okay, I will tell you the questions are the same. One of the most good questions that I was asked, sir, I know a friend who did software engineering, but then when they finished software engineering, they looked for a job, they couldn't find a job because they had no experience. And some of my friends that they got the job after 1 or 2 years, they cannot take it, they change, they go to marketing. Different countries have different situation. Okay, like if you are to go first world countries, they have temptation. When you finish uni, maybe you get a loan to buy a house or you buy a car. You can do that, right? But that puts you in a trap because now you have to work and pay the loan.
Right, sir.
So if you are to work and pay the loan, you will be settling for anything that you get, not your career. Is that the right way? Maybe. If it's not, right.
No.
It depends on your choices. So what are the right things to do to prevent all these problems? Again, number one, you must have clear goals. What do you want? Define your own goal. What do you want? You're not be a software engineer. Why? Is it your passion or because it's your ego? These are two different things.
Yeah, right.
I know mostly in India, everyone who comes, I'm a doctor, I'm a doctor, I'm a doctor, I'm a doctor. It's like, wow, doctor. It's like people get excited. But doctor of what? People don't go further. Okay, like I give you an example. My friend is working in US. My friend is working in maybe Saudi Arabia, maybe UAE. Okay, working as what? Not everything you hear, it's like, wow, that's the best. No, it's not true. So it's focus on your goals. What do you want? Secondly, once you know your goals, align everything that you do to achieve that goal. I give you another example. So if I want to be a software engineer, right? What are the traits for software engineer? The traits for software engineer is to be able to learn and keep learning. The problem with IT, things change every 3 or 6 months.
Right. Excellent. Exactly.
Every 3 or 6 months. So you have to learn to keep up. If you are a doctor, the human body does not change.
No.
You only are like, oh, the eye now has changed the position in the camera. Yeah? Oh, it has been deprecated. No, you don't understand. You
Yeah.
understand? So there's a really, really high learning curve. So people who come into this profession, they should be willing to learn. I personally invest on learning. That's why the degree itself is not enough. After the degree, you have to go and look for professional certification. You have to keep on learning. So I would advise at least maybe at a rate of 2 to 3 certificates. If worst case scenario, one every year. Okay, I've gone with
Yeah.
almost sometimes 2 or 3 certificates in a year. Okay, worst
Wow.
case scenario is one. You understand?
Hmm.
Why? To keep yourself relevant. Right? So focus on yourself. On now, how do you align? Like I explained, you got your degree is not enough. Keep on learning. Get more certification. When you are doing the job, focus on what you want, and once you focus on that, then you'll be able to focus on what you can give to the company, how you can pay back. Real life scenario, not everything outside is beautiful. There are a lot of trickery going on. Like you might get a job, okay? You're very successful, we will hire you. What's your role? Your role is software engineer. Oh, very good. Then they give you the JD. The JD is the job description. And then the job description, when you go to read, is you are the manager, you're the tester, you understand, the QA, you are the PHP developer, you are the Java developer, you are the front end, back end, every single thing. You are being tricked. Most of the time, the JD for fresh guy will be less than a page.
Yes.
So don't sell your soul. If you are to go to that road, it's up to you. Okay. But the other problem that I see from most of those people I've talked to is I have friends who come, who I've seen in other countries. They want to focus on a specific role. I'm going to ask you a very general question, okay? In terms of a doctor, a general doctor or a specialist doctor, who gets paid more?
A specialist doctor.
So if you have to stick to just software engineering and not specializing in a specific, and everyone, if the manager asks you Java, okay, PHP, okay, backend, okay. You won't, technically you will have that, but you won't have the expertise.
Right, sir.
Jack of all trade is master of none. So stick to one or two. Once you build that, then you can jump to anything else. I didn't say like don't learn anything. I said just be careful, because the high earners are the experts, not the general workers. So if you wanna do like front-end development, like for your case it's Android, right? Yes, Android. You stick with Android. If you were to apply a job right now and they're looking for Android developer, they won't care about back-end development. They won't care about HTML, whatever. They won't care. They will calculate how many years you have for Android, how many years you have for cloud. They will say you have 3 years only. You are technically a junior. Yes, you have 10 years, 20 years, but the first 10 maybe you did C++. The other one was like something, and then Android is just suitable for them. Yeah?
Wow. Wow, sir. I really, it's my pleasure to talking with you, sir. And hope so, guys, you will get all the answers. If you follow this answer, these steps, you will definitely get success in your life.
Thank you very much.
And thank you so much, sir, for your time, sir.
Okay.